Good evening, attorney. Good evening, classmates. My topic is under Article 114 of the Revised Penal Code or Treason. So what are the elements of treason? Elements of treason: that the offender is a Filipino citizen or an alien residing in the Philippines. Second, that there is a war in which the Philippines is involved. And third, that the offender either levies war against the government or adheres to the enemies by giving them aid or comfort. My case is People v. Roman Vilo, GR number L1656, decided on January 7, 1949 by Justice Paras. So the issue of this case is whether or not Vilo should be convicted of the complex crime of treason with murder. The facts of the case are as follows. Roman Vilo, the respondent, was inducted into the United States Army Forces in the Far East Organization on March 25, 1942. After 4 months, Vilo, together with 42 other members of the organization, was arrested by the Japanese and tortured them. After 2 years, Vilo had joined the Japanese as puppet constabulary and was stationed in different provinces of Cebu. In 1944, two suspected guerrilla members, Armando Satorre and Segundo, were apprehended by the constabulary with the aid of Vilo. Vilo killed Satorre and Segundo by bayoneting them and by further slashing their knees to make their body fit into the graves. So let us take note how Satorre and Segundo killed by bayoneting them and slashing their knees. Vilo was then charged with complex crime of murder treason. Vilo was then charged with complex crime of treason with murder, but he invoked that he acted under duress of the Japanese. So what is the ruling of the court on the issue whether or not Vilo should be charged of the complex crime of treason with murder? The court ruled that no, Vilo must be convicted of the crime of treason only. Why? The elements of treason are as follows. First, the offender is a Filipino citizen residing in the Philippines. In this case, Vilo was a Filipino citizen. Second, that there is a war in which the Philippines is involved. Again, we know that during those times, Philippines is at war with Japanese. And third, that the offender either levies war against the government or adheres to the enemy by giving them aid or comfort. In this case, Vilo adheres to the enemies or the Japanese by giving them aid in perpetrating or in getting or in finding guerrilla members and killing them. As to the killing, it was said that the killing was charged as an element of treason. Again, as an element of treason, and therefore became identified with treason and therefore cannot be subjected to a separate punishment or used in combination with treason to increase the penalty as provided in Article 48 of the Revised Penal Code. This is the general rule. Again, the general rule, killing is an element of treason. However, in this case, the killing has two aggravating circumstances: the armed band or the constabulary, and the use of torture and other atrocities on the victims instead of the usual and less painful method how they killed the Satorre and Segundo was beyond the usual killing. Hence, Vilo was convicted to have committed the crime of treason, and his penalty was aggravated to reclusion perpetua. That's it. Thank you.